missing someone. That is how you run.
Hi guys, welcome to French Fluent. So today we're going to be seeing a grammar topic that was requested by one of my subscribers. So he or she, I don't know who is it, I mean that child had asked me to explain conjunctions. Okay, so conjunctions is a very small topic, so I'm going to explain that in a very fast way. Okay, and not in a very fast way, this video will be very small because grammar topics otherwise will take a lot of time to explain, but this conjunction is a very small topic, and even in exams I don't know, but in my school they didn't give much importance to it. So yeah, but if your school is asking questions in the exam, you can watch this video and understand it very clearly. Okay, so this part of this grammar topic is in this lesson, that is Yun Boom. Okay, I've already done the comprehension part of it. This is the chapter 1 of book 4, so you can go and check it out. Anyways, now I'm just going to do one grammar topic from this, that is conjunctions, and maybe next week I will upload another video for uploading another comprehension, okay, from this book, mostly from chapter 5, because I did till La Vie de la Mannequin, so I will be doing the next chapter next week. Okay, I will be doing the reading comprehension of that. So now let's just do conjunctions. So we have one table of conjunctions given here. If you can see, this is the conjunctions table, and all these are the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 conjunctions. These 8 conjunctions are enough. Okay, and these are the ones that are going to come in your exam. Okay, so now the first one is parce que. Okay, parce que means because. Okay, now I'll give you an example also, that's also given in the table. Elle mange parce qu'elle a faim. Elle mange parce qu'elle a faim. Oh, I don't think you can see it. One second, guys. Now there's an example given here for parce que. Okay, elle mange parce qu'elle a faim. Parce qu'elle a faim. Elle mange parce qu'elle a faim. Elle mange means she eats. Okay, she eats. Parce que means because she a faim. Elle a faim means she is hungry. A faim means hungry, to be hungry. So elle a faim means she is hungry. So she eats because she is hungry. Okay, so you eat why? When do you eat? You eat when you are hungry, right? So she eats why? Because she is hungry. So that's why they have used parce que. And one more thing you would have noticed is there is one kind of QU apostrophe over here. Here also they have used PARCE space QU apostrophe. Now why this apostrophe is there is because if after parce que the subject is starting with a vowel, okay, here the subject is, what is the subject over here? It is L, right? And it's starting with a vowel E, am I right? So since this E and the E starting from L will get clashed, okay, vowels will clash, right, in French. So that's why we cancel this E and put QU apostrophe, okay, vowel clashing. This and all you should know, okay, it's very basic thing. Okay, so this E will clash with this E, the first E of L. Okay, so you're not supposed to do that, so that's why it is cancelled and QU apostrophe is there. So whenever you write parce que, make sure that the next letter, if the next letter is starting, the next word after parce que is starting with a vowel, then you have to put parce que, QU apostrophe. If it is not starting with a vowel, you can just write parce que, okay, you can just write E like that. Okay, understood? Okay, now this is parce que. Now second is A, E-T, A, okay. E-T means, E-T is pronounced as A and it means and, okay. So again, let's see the example. Il danse et il chante. Il danse means he, il means he, danse means dance. He dances, A means and. So he dances and he chante means sings. He dances and he sings, okay. So now he does two things over here. That's why it is put as and. Of course, you guys know, right, why and, when and is used in English and all, same way. So he is doing two things. Now we can't write, see, main work of conjunctions, it joins two sentences, two big sentences, okay. So now if I write il danse, full stop, il chante, okay, this is one sentence, this is one sentence, so I want to join them. So for that only I am using a conjunction, and the conjunction I use here is a, and he dances and he sings, okay, this is what it means, okay. The next one is mais, M-A-I-S, mais, M-A-I-S. May means but, okay. So another example over here, il fait beau, mais elle ne sort pas. Il fait beau means what, guys? Il fait beau means, the beau, some people might just think, oh, it's there, beau is there. Beau means handsome, so they're saying somebody is handsome. Nothing like that. Il fait beau means nothing. It means it's a pleasant weather. So whenever in France or anywhere, you know, these French people, they see a pleasant weather, you know, they like the weather very much, they will say il fait beau, okay. This is the term for it, this is the expression for it. Il fait beau, that means it's weather, it's pleasant, the weather is pleasant. Mais elle ne sort pas, mais means but elle ne sort pas, elle means she, ne sort pas, sort means to go out, ne sort pas means not to go out, negative, negation. So it is pretty, it is pleasant, the weather is pleasant, but she doesn't go out. So usually people in pleasant weathers, they will go out, right, but she is not going out, so that's why they're using the word mais, that means but, okay. Then quand, okay, Q-U-A-N-T, quand means when, okay. So next example, elle aime sortir quand il fait beau. Again, elle aime sortir, M means to like or to love, elle means she likes, sortir means to go out, she likes to go out quand il fait beau, when the il fait beau means, I told you, the weather is pleasant, when the weather is pleasant, so she likes to go out when the weather is pleasant, okay. This is what it means, okay. Next is see, or this same thing if il comes before C, okay. Now suppose you're writing C and after that il is the word after that, okay. So I and I are getting clashed, okay. Now here you don't see for vowel, if il comes then you just automatically write seal, okay. You have to write this, okay. Now suppose L comes, here you don't have to see vowels are clashing and all, only if il comes you're going to write S apostrophe. Here il is not there, no, here L is there, so I'm going to write CL, okay. Anyways, now what is C? C means if, okay. So example, elle va à la plage, elle va means she goes, va comes from the verb aller means to go out, she goes à la plage means to the plage means beach, so she goes to the beach. S'il fait beau, S apostrophe, can you see the pink one? S apostrophe, so S apostrophe means if il fait beau means when if the weather is pleasant. So what they are saying is she goes to the beach if the weather is pleasant. This is what it means. Next one is puis, okay, I have written it over here because I didn't have space. Next is puis. Puis means then, okay, P-U-I-S, puis means then, it's pronounced as puis, okay. So then, okay, so now I'm going to give an example which is given in your textbook, okay. Yeah, puis means then. So elle va à la plage, puis elle joue dans l'eau, okay. Elle va à la plage means she goes to the beach, plage means beach, I already told you. Then puis means then, elle va à la plage, puis elle joue dans l'eau, okay. Elle joue means to play, so she plays in the water. L'eau, dans means in and l'eau means water, right. So she goes to the beach, then she plays in the water. Okay, so first she goes to the beach, then she plays in the water. So that's why they've used pui over here. Okay, the next u, ou, u, it's pronounced as u. So u means or. Okay, so now when do you use or in English? When you have two choices. So you have to choose one between the two. Okay, so you have to choose either this or that. That's when we use or, right? So now somebody asks, do you want orange juice or lemon juice? So they say or, right? Okay, so when there is a choice, they use or over there, or mostly when there is a question also. Okay, so u means or. So now here we are going to see mange-t-elle du chocolat ou des bonbons? Okay, mange-t-elle. Okay, now what mange-t-elle means? What have they done here? They've basically put interrogation, question. Mange-t-elle means it's a question, right? Does she eat du chocolat? Du chocolat means chocolate. Ou des bonbons? Bonbon means candies. Chocolate or candies? Does she eat chocolate or candies? Okay, so that is the question here, and that's why they've used ou over there between du chocolat and du bonbon. Okay, so there is a choice here between chocolate and candies, so that is why they've used ou. Okay, then the last one is donc, D-O-N-C. Okay, donc, it's pronounced as donc. So now donc means so or therefore. Okay, so when do we say so or therefore? I wanted a book, so I went to the bookshop. Or I wanted to eat. No, I was hungry, so I ate. Okay, something like that. Okay, so it's like that. So that's where you use so, na. So it's there. Okay, now I'll just give you an example instead of blabbering much. Il n'y a pas de lait. Il n'y a pas de lait. Okay, il n'y a pas. Il a means what? Il a means there is. Okay, il n'y a pas means, I hope you have learned this in negation. Il n'y a pas means it's not. Okay, there is not. Okay, there is not. So this is the negative of what I wrote first. What did I write first? I wrote il a. That means there are. Here I am writing negative of it. What is the negative of there are? There are not, or there is not. Okay, so now there is no milk. There is not milk. The lait means milk. Okay, the lait means milk. So there is no milk. Donc elle va à la crèmerie. Crèmerie means va. Elle va means she goes. À la crèmerie. Crèmerie is a place where you get all the milk dairy products. Okay, so she goes to the crèmerie. Why does she go to the crèmerie? Because she doesn't have milk, right? So the sentence exactly means il n'y a pas de lait, donc elle va à la crèmerie. There is no milk, so she goes to the crèmerie, or therefore she goes to the crèmerie. Okay, so you know what's the meaning of the donc over here. These all are examples. Now we're going to solve questions. We're going to do questions. Okay, so now let's see the first question. Now actually this is what is the question? This is actually the 12th question from your Rappelon. Okay, on page number 17. The page numbers might be different because my book is different, your book is different. So anyways, just see. Okay, this is the relier des phrases en utilisant. Okay, that means relier des phrases. That means you have to join these sentences. There are 2 sentences given. Okay, in each question. So you have to join these sentences by using appropriate conjunction. So there are 8 sentences, 8 questions, and there are 8 conjunctions. So we have to use each conjunction only once. Okay, and we have to use the most apt one. Okay, most suitable one. Okay, sometimes you might feel this is also possible, that is also possible, but then sometimes when you feel since we are using it only for one time, we can't repeat it, right? So then you will feel okay, this means okay, this is more apt over here, so I will keep it here. You will only have that realization. So we'll keep doing it together. Okay, now see the first sentence. Je vais chez le médecin dash, j'ai de la fièvre. So this is the question. Okay, je vais chez le médecin, j'ai de la fièvre. Okay, the first sentence is je vais chez le médecin. The second sentence is j'ai de la fièvre, and we have to join it by using a conjunction. Parce que means because. So now what does this sentence mean? Let's just see. I am going. Okay, way means to go. Chez means at the place of le médecin. I am going to the place of the doctor. Le médecin is doctor. I am going to the place of the doctor. Dash. I have a fever. So why do you go to the doctor's place when you have a fever, right? So because you have a fever, you are going to the doctor. So I am going to write parce que here because it makes more sense, and make sure here the next word after that is J. It's not E. So I can write E over here. Okay, I don't have to put QU apostrophe and all. I don't have to do. I'll just write E over here. Why? Because if this was E, I would have, or any other vowel, I would have put apostrophe. It's J only. No, I don't have to put. It's a consonant. Second sentence. Okay, so now what does the sentence mean in total? First, let's cancel this because now we have only 7 conjunctions, and we have to use the 7 for the remaining one. So parce que is cut off. Now what does this mean? I am going to the doctor because I have a fever. J'ai de la fièvre. J'ai means to have, de la fièvre means fever. So I am having fever. Okay. Second sentence. Michel achète un stylo, des crayons, dash des livres. So she is buying, Michelle achète. Achète means to buy. 3 things she is buying. Un stylo she is buying, crayon she is buying, and books. Okay. So she is buying 1 pen, some crayons, and some livre. And is here A, so we can use A over here. So cancelling A also. Now we have only 6 left. Okay, so we have to use that. So I'll write the third sentence and come back. Okay, now we have the third sentence here. Okay, after a lot of struggle I wrote it. So anyways, nous sortons. Okay, nous sortons, that means we go out. Sortir, sortons comes from the verb sortir, it means to go out. Guys, whenever I tell such meanings, please write it down, because next year you guys are going to 9th standard, and in 9th standard nobody is going to tell word to word meanings. Okay, so please, whatever word I am telling, if you don't know that word, just write it down with the pencil. Then after you when you're studying for exams and all, just know. Okay. Anyways, now parce que got over, A got over. Now we're doing the third sentence. Nous sortons, we go out. Okay. Dash il ne pleut pas. Il ne pleut pas means when it doesn't. Sorry, I just revealed the answer. Anyways, ne pleut pas means doesn't rain. Okay. So we go out when it doesn't rain. Okay, it makes more sense. Does it more sense? But it doesn't rain. No, it doesn't make sense. Okay, let me use quand. Yes, quand il ne pleut pas makes sense. If it doesn't rain, that also makes sense. But we are going to see in other sentence if we can use other things. Okay, so quand makes the most sense over here. We go out when it doesn't rain. So I am putting quand over here. Okay, now let's cancel quand also. Quand means when, right? So we go out when it doesn't rain. Il ne pleut pas means it doesn't rain. When it doesn't rain. Okay, so usually you go out when it doesn't rain, right? So that's why I put quand over here. Next, fourth sentence. Elle va au magasin dash. Elle va au rayon de chapeau. Elle va au magasin. Elle va, magasin means shop. Okay, elle va au magasin means she goes to the shop. Dash. Elle va au rayon de chapeau. Okay, and she goes to the rayon de chapeau. Rayon de chapeau means, rayon means what? Rayon, R-A-Y-O-N. Rayon means section. Okay. So in the shop, she goes to the chapeau. Chapeau means hat. So she goes to the hat section. Rayon de chapeau means section of hats or hat section. Okay, where you get caps and hats, right? So there's a section in the shop, and there she goes. Okay, so first what she's doing, elle va au magasin. Then she goes to the rayon de chapeau. Okay, she goes to the hat section. Okay, so so here what did I say? She goes to the shop, then she goes to the section of hat. So hat section. So what it makes sense for you guys, no? Like, it's because first she will go to the shop, then only she will go to the section of the hat section, right? Because the hat section is in the shop. So I am going to put puis over here. Okay, and I am cancelling it over here. Okay, so elle va au magasin, puis elle va au rayon de chapeau. That means she goes to the shop, then she goes to the hat section. Okay, rayon de chapeau means hat section. So I hope you guys know what sections are. In a shop you will find different sections. You will find a chips section, then if you're going to malls, you know, you'll find you know, clothes section and games section. That is a mall, but in a shop also you will find these sections, no? Shoe sections, perfume section, watch section. You will find many sections. Okay, so in each section you will find whatever they sell over there. Like the shop has been divided into sections, so that it's easier for you to know where you're going, you know. Okay, so of course you guys know, okay, clothes section and all, you know. So here he's going to the hat section, she's going to the hat section. So first she'll go to the shop, then means what, Pui she goes to the rayon section. Okay, the chapeau section, the hat section. Enough explanation for this. Now let's do the fifth one. Voulez-vous du poulet dash du mouton? And this is a question mark over here. Almost 90% of the times when you see a question mark and when you see two options, okay, you have du poulet and du mouton. Du poulet means chicken, du mouton means mutton, and you have a question mark. So that means what? They're offering a choice. So you don't put A, you put U. Okay, so choice is always a question, right? So when mostly 99% of the time when you see a question mark, you put U over here. Okay, and you're also finding two options, so confirm these two. First, if you see question mark, directly you don't write U. Secondly, you confirm if there are two options given, or maybe even three options are given also, it's fine. Do you want this, this or this? It makes sense, right? So 3, 4 or many options can also be given, but make sure there's a question mark and make sure there are options. Okay, so this is the thing. So voulez-vous, and main very important thing, voulez-vous means do you want chicken and mutton. Now they won't ask like that. What makes more sense over here? Mostly it makes sense as if they're asking a choice over here. Okay, it basically looks like a choice is being given between chicken and mutton. So since it's a choice, I'm putting or. Do you want chicken or mutton? Voulez-vous du poulet ou du mouton? Okay, this is what it means. Okay, now I'm just write the remaining last three ones and I'm cancelling ou. So now we have donc, si and mais. Okay, now let's just use it, the next remaining three sentences. Okay, now the sixth sentence, we have only three left, mais, si and donc, and we have three sentences left, so you're going to use it properly. Sixth one, Jacques va chez Mona dash elle n'est pas là. Okay, Jacques va chez Mona means Jacques goes, chez means at the place of, Mona. Okay, so Jacques goes to the place of Mona dash elle n'est pas là. Elle n'est pas là means she wasn't there. La means there. Okay, she wasn't, n'est pas means wasn't, she wasn't there. La. Okay, so Jacques goes to the place of Mona dash she wasn't there. So I'm going to put but over here. May, does it make sense? Jacques goes to Mona's place, but she wasn't there. It makes more sense, right? Let's try putting these two. Jacques goes to the place of Mona if she wasn't there. Does it make sense? No. In English also it doesn't make sense. Then try putting the last one, donc. Jacques goes to the place of Mona, so she is not there. Does it again make any sense? No, right? So first one only made sense, but she is not there. First she is going, but she is not there. So I am putting mais. But means mais, so I am putting mais over here. Next, nous allons jouer dash, nous finissons le devoir. Nous allons jouer, that means we go to play. Allons comes from the verb aller. Jouer means to play. So we go to play dash, nous finissons le devoir. Okay, nous finissons means we finish the homework. We go to play, we finish the homework. Okay, so this I would put C, because if we finish the homework. Okay, so we go to play if we finish the homework. Okay, only if we finish the homework we go to play, right? So C makes more sense over here. So does this make sense? We go to play, so we finish the homework. No, that doesn't make that much sense. Of course it might be making sense in English, but doesn't make sense, right? If we finish homework, we go to play. Makes sense, right? So now the last sentence, now you will find. Okay, so finally you have only donc left, so of course you have to use donc only, but I'll still explain. Pauline n'a pas de montre. The montre means watch. Okay, the watch that you have. Okay, so Pauline n'a pas de montre. N'a pas means doesn't have. Pauline doesn't have a watch. Dash, elle achète means to buy. She buys a une montre. Okay, it's a feminine noun. So she doesn't have a watch, so she buys a new watch. Okay, it makes sense. So that's why, since I'm using so or therefore she buys a new watch, right? So that's why I'm putting donc over here. So I hope you guys understood the conjunctions topic. Okay, it's a very small one, and I don't know, they will just give questions like this only in the exam, even if they give this in your exams. So prepare well, and next week I'll be uploading the comprehension for the next lesson. Okay, so until then, take care. Please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below saying about what you think about my channel. Okay, if it's nice, or if I'm not explaining well, or if I'm explaining well, please tell something about this in the comment section. Okay, and whatever you guys want, any doubts you have, I'll keep answering this comment section. So thank you guys, please subscribe. Okay, take care, bye.